I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery, and today I wanted to talk about choosing a date to quit before you actually quit. So the first thing I wanted to talk about today was before you actually quit, picking a date, picking a day into the future when you're gonna step across the line. The first thing I'd say to you, if you haven't given it a lot of thought and you haven't gone through a lot of thinking about this, then don't choose tomorrow. Don't choose today. Don't all of a sudden go, well, that's it. I've got a really bad hangover now, and I'm not having any more. And the reason for this is because you need to prepare yourself if you're going to last into the long run. Can you do it without making any preparation? I'm not saying you can't, but I think you have more of a success if you can sit down and plan things out and just get things right in your head. I think if you can start with the right frame of mind, then you'll go a lot further. Now, I'm not talking about making some elaborate plan where you have everything mapped out and you know exactly what you're going to do when you meet this person or that person, or what you're going to say in this situation or that situation. But you need to know sort of generally, what setting a date does is it just puts something in stone. It gives things a certain perspective, and it allows you to put your affairs in order, if you like. It allows you to sort of tell the people who you need to tell. It means you can sort of get your environment ready. You can do all those things that are essential to your success. And when you're choosing your date, don't leave it too long. Don't leave a big gap. Say, most people choose between 14 days and a month. Don't leave it any more than a month. The reason for this is because the longer you leave it, the more time you have to think about both the negative and about the positive and the negative, I should say, aspects of this. And if you leave it a long time, then you've got a lot of time to talk yourself out of it. Most people go into this because there's a driving factor behind it. There's something that's happened health-wise, in the environment around you, at home, in your work, which has really sort of made you think about this and seriously consider it. And if you wait a long time, then the impetus behind that conflict that's been caused will start to wane. So the longer you leave the gap between the conflict and the time that you quit, the more likely it is that you will talk yourself out of it. Another thing that you shouldn't do is choose a day with built-in problems. So any day where you would normally be celebrating, for instance, don't choose that as a day, or if that day is going to occur within a few days of you actually quitting drinking, then either go a week after or a week before. I'm talking about birthdays, celebrations of any kind. You need to give yourself as much of a head start as possible. This is about lasting into the long run, but those first few weeks are essential in giving you that impetus. So the more you can do at the beginning to help yourself, the better. There are days where there's sort of significance in the day, and you can certainly choose those. I mean, New Year's Day was one that I gave up. It was actually the 2nd of January that I quit. It's an easy day to remember, but don't choose the 2nd of January if you're in August. Only do that if you're close enough to it. My decision was made over Christmas when my son was over, so it was sort of ideal for me. Other times that I've heard of people quitting are during the equinoxes for some reason, significant days. you know, or any other significant day where you wouldn't normally be celebrating with alcohol anyway. Other things to consider include if you're going to make a call to your doctor. You know, if you're going to make an appointment to go see your doctor, then do that first. If you're a woman, I think it goes without saying not to do this while you've got PMS. You know, do this when you know you're going to be at your best. You know, don't do it sort of when you're going to be up in the air and you know you're going to be up in the air, you know. So one of the things to do is get a calendar, a big calendar with the day on it, and get a big red marker and circle the date with your red marker. Just stick it up where you can see it. You can see it every day, and you're getting closer and closer to it. Like I say, don't leave it too long. You know, I wouldn't leave it any more than a couple of weeks, because it gives you enough time to plan, gives you enough time to get yourself ready, but not enough time to talk yourself out of it. So if you have any questions, leave a comment down below, or if you're watching on YouTube, obviously, sign up for the newsletter. And until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. Onwards and upwards.